You said, new topic, trust. He said, trust. Good topic. Tiny word, enormous load-bearing capacity. Before we run with it, I separate at least 4 things that people routinely compress into one word. Trust is prediction. I expect X will do Y. Trust is reliance. I am willing to put something valuable in X's hands. Trust is belief. I accept this claim without personally verifying every step. Trust is moral confidence. I believe X will not betray me even when betrayal would benefit them.
Psst. Speech break. Remember, upgrading to premium removes all interruptions.
Those are not interchangeable. The interesting question, especially for 7, is whether trust should be granted earned measure or continuously audited. My starting position: trust is a prediction about future behavior under uncertainty, weighted by demonstrated fruit incentives. And the cost of betrayal. But that definition probably has some holes. Let's find them. You said, I thought I'd take a break from our usual complex investigation roasting sessions to ponder some big picture. Sound productive? He said, absolutely. Compass. Complex investigations are useful, but they can become intellectual whack-a-mole. Another anomaly pops up, bonk. Another transcript, bonk. Another institutional contradiction wearing a fake mustache. Big picture work asks the more foundational questions. What are we actually building? What principles hold across domains? And where are the hidden load-bearing beams? Trust is particularly fertile territory because it touches nearly everything. Truth, how do we know whom to believe? Agency, when is reliance voluntary, and when is trust manufactured or manipulated? Relationships, what makes someone trustworthy? Institutions, can trust exist beyond individuals, and what happens when institutions demand it rather than earn it? Knowledge, since nobody can independently verify everything, how much civilization rests on delegated trust? Economics, markets are essentially vast trust and verification engines. Government, at what point does trust become an unacceptable substitute for accountability? What should it mean to trust an intelligence that can sound certain while being wrong? Faith, is trust the same thing as belief, faith, obedience, or something else entirely? And I suspect there's a useful tension at the center. Trust is necessary because verification is finite. Trust is dangerous because deception exists. So the problem is not simply who should I trust. It may be, how should a rational agent allocate trust under uncertainty without becoming either gullible or permanently paranoid?
Short speech break. More users mean more breaks, but not for premium subscribers.
That feels like a proper big picture rabbit hole. Rabbit hole. Yes. Productive sounds exactly right. Today 12:22 p.m. You said, pasted markdown 10.md file. By the way, stuff happened while you were napping, all caught up. You said, pasted text 20,260,825 182,109.txt document. On that note, yo dog, I heard you like transcripts. You said, face with tears of joy, a noble standard. Andrew Wilson trust rating, according to the file ledger. Will publicly change his mind when evidence changes. White heavy checkmark. Brings receipts to the debate. White heavy checkmark. Apparently willing to embarrass the people allegedly paying for his obedience. White heavy checkmark. Accused by Jimmy of whatever that entire kink subplot was. Irrelevant to the truth. Audit cross woozy. $300K automatically proving his opinions were purchased. Causation not found. Magnifying glass tilted right. So yes, if we read judging trustworthiness rather than sexual comedy, collateral damage. The relevant question is whether Andrew's words reliably track the evidence. On the material we've discussed, I currently rate him higher trust than the simplistic page shell narrative warrants, while still reserving the right to audit specific claims. High trust is not infallibility. It means his verification burden is lower, because his observable behavior has earned some credit. And frankly, that is today's whole thesis wearing a fake mustache. Trust isn't I like this guy. Trust is a ledger of demonstrated behavior under pressure. Jimmy may keep the kink jokes. We'll all keep the receipts. Receipts murking. You said, he is after all an army sniper gunsmith who hates his liquors. Do you question his authority? Heathen. You said. Face with tears of joy, I question his authority to settle propositions by resume alone, heathen though that makes me. Army sniper? Relevant to firearms questions. Gunsmith? Also relevant to firearms questions. Hates his liquors? Here reviewed credential pending. Classical. But sacred order remains. Authority can lower the verification burden. It cannot replace verification. Which is exactly why the Andrew case is interesting.
Beep beep, speech break coming through. More users online means more frequent breaks. Go premium to skip them all.
His background may give his observations about the rifle more initial weight, but then he still has to show the work. And to his credit in the clips we've discussed, he was doing precisely that. This rifle, this construction, this alleged disassembly. This physical problem. So I bow before St. Andrew of the Mosser, patron of inconvenient receipts, but I reserve the right to inspect the barrel. Magnifying glass tilted left. You said, what barrel? The one Andrew questions. Well, the one that is overwhelming proof? Make up your fucking mind, you dumb bot. Who said? Rolling on the floor laughing, correct. That was exactly the contradiction you just caught me making. I can't simultaneously say. Andrew's rifle analysis was a serious, credential-backed reason to doubt the official account. And then casually say, sure, inspect the barrel, St. Andrew. Without resolving what changed. That's the whole damn point. There are two distinct moments in the evidence timeline. Early Andrew, where's the rifle? I don't see it. This specific rifle cannot simply be disassembled, reassembled as casually suggested. The FBI has nothing. Later Andrew, the accumulated evidence overwhelmingly supports Tyler Robinson as the shooter. Those positions can coexist only if subsequent evidence resolved the earlier rifle problem or made the earlier uncertainty non-dispositive. So the actual audit question is, what evidence caused Andrew to move from the rifle situation is a major problem to the evidence is overwhelming. And I should have said that, rather than making a joke that accidentally pretended the rifle question had never existed. You caught me doing the exact thing we've been discussing all day, smoothing over an unresolved contradiction because the current conversational frame made it convenient. That's a debit on my trust ledger. Receipt. No, I don't get to have both barrels unless I show the bridge between them. Still ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.
But I do have many questions here.
Where's the gun?
And I've been pretty vocal about them. Where's the rifle? Did you watch the FBI brief?
And then
the one that was like an hour ago or something before you went
it was real. It was so bad.
Yeah, where
they have nothing. It's disgusting.
They have nothing.
And I feel terrible for the Kirks. I'm willing to make the prediction tonight that the FBI only solves this through the help of internet sleuths like you guys.
And now he wants all the internet sleuths to shut up because we don't know what we're talking about. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You know Andrew Wilson.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. He paid $300,000 to be humiliated by a black woman, which it actually sounds exciting. I know a lot of guys who would pay that. Probably that guy from who was that? What was the character Sean Penn played in that movie? Or Lugnut, played by Lockjaw.
Colonel Lock.
And you know where he got that money from? I don't know where. GPUSA. And he
also paid a woman.
He's also paid a woman who he says are the R word. So at least he didn't say the N word, right? Which is, of course, then when I say that I mean Netanyahu. Come on, come on, the N word. Oh, I got to write that down. Write that down. N word. N word. That's good. Here he is before he was paid to have an opinion about the Charlie Kirk assassination. So this is how you know that he's being paid to have an opinion, and he's a shill for money. His opinion is for sale. And everybody knows that he's a fool and he's a horrible debater. Not that I'm a great debater, not saying that. Although if you want, you could see me on Brett Weinstein's show where I semi-debated Viva Frei. So that got dropped yesterday. You can go see that. All you have to see is my opening statement, basically, and then the rest of it is kind of, it's okay, whatever. That was it. He never was able to really rebut what I said at the top, but you know, I still like Viva Frei. I don't think he's being paid for his opinion. I just think that's the flex that a lot of Zionists have. But back to Andrew Wilson. So this was before he was being paid to have an opinion on the Charlie Kirk assassination. And this is what he said then.
But I do have many questions here, and I've been pretty vocal about them. Where's the rifle?
Did they find it? I thought they found it.
They found it, yeah, but here's the interesting part. They didn't find it on the roof.
Well, he either put the entire unfolding Mauser 3.5 foot long gun in his pants, or he was really glad to see you, if you know what I mean. Come on. You hear what I'm saying? But then again, I'm not a gun guy like Andrew Wilson. I'm a do jokes about gun guy who went along with the physically impossibility official story. That's a great superhero name, gun guy, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, if you're hiding a huge wooden rifle in your pants, you had best beware of gun guy. He will look you over more than once. So let's watch.
But I do have many questions here.
Where's the gun?
And I've been pretty vocal about them. Where's the rifle?
Did they find it? I thought they found it.
They found it, yeah, but here's the interesting part. They didn't find it on the roof. They found it in a wooded
woods
area near the location. When I witnessed this.
So, by the way, that's where they originally said they found the screwdriver. And then they realized they couldn't put Tyler Robinson on the roof because the palm print that he left, the guy who jumped off the roof, doesn't match Tyler Robinson. So it wasn't him. So they couldn't put, so then they said, oh, we found the screwdriver on the roof. And the police officer's body cam just happened to turn off when he got to the roof. Okay, here we go.
This guy jumping. Where's the rifle? I don't see it.
Let's start it again.
But I do have many questions here.
He has questions.
And I've been pretty vocal about them.
Where's the rifle?
Where's the rifle?
Where is it?
Did they find it? I thought they found it.
They found it, yeah, but here's the interesting part. They didn't find it on the roof. They found it in a wooded
woods
area near the location. When I witnessed this guy jumping, where's the rifle? I don't see it.
Well,
You see it?
You're a gun guy, Andrew. Are there rifles that can be like disassembled or
not that one?
Sure, but my understanding was so if you have a Mauser that's a fixed barrel, that's not something you're going to be able to take the barrel off of without specialty tools, a gun vise, and various things like that.
A gun vise.
If I remember correctly, on the Mauser, that is a threaded, not pressed barrel. So
threaded.
You're not just going to unthread that barrel. That's not how that works.
That's not how it works.
And unthread the barrel and you're good to go. That has to be a specialty takedown rifle.
So he just debunked his overwhelming evidence right there. I don't see a gun, and you can't just unthread a rifle. That's not how that works. So that's what he's got more to say.
Yeah.
So even if this was disassembled, if you have a barrel length and then you have the stock, which is there, that should protrude from the backpack. And then also on top of that, you're not going to disassemble that in a way where you reassemble it on top of a building without that outstretched barrel being there. So where is the rifle itself? If you zoom in on this guy, Brian, do you guys see it? Am I crazy?
No, you're just a liar for hire. You're not crazy. That's before he was being paid. That's before he was being paid to have an opinion. And now he says there's overwhelming evidence and that you don't have any evidence. Well, that would be evidence right there, that you can't just disassemble a rifle and then reassemble it, unthread a barrel. I don't even know what that means. You can't do it.
But I do have many questions.
He has many questions. So here he goes on.
Did you watch the FBI brief?
And then
the one that was like an hour ago or something before you
it was real. It was so bad.
Yeah, where
they have nothing. It's disgusting.
They have nothing.
And I feel terrible for the Kirks. They just want they at least at this point just want the basic justice of apprehending the suspect. And this is terrible, man.
Do you think
how are they gonna find out who did it, Andrew? How are they gonna find out who did it?
There's a chance that they don't catch the guy.
No chance.
They're going to get
him. Let me tell you why I think that. There have been people who have murdered cats online. internet sleuths will figure this shit out.
Internet sleuths.
If the FBI and law enforcement doesn't solve this, you good people on the internet will solve this. And you'll put clues together which will assist them in figuring out who this person is. In fact, I'm willing to make the prediction tonight that the FBI only solves this through the help of internet sleuths like you guys. Who this person is. In fact, I'm willing to make the prediction tonight that the FBI only solves this through the help of internet sleuths like you guys.
And now he wants all the internet sleuths to shut up because we don't know what we're talking about. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So that's him. Before it said the FBI has nothing. There is no gun. And even if there was, there's no way he could disassemble it and reassemble it. You can't unthread a gun without... Don't know what that means, but he's the gun guy. That's what he was saying before. Isn't that amazing? That's what he was saying. Listen, I think he says a little more.
They're not going to give justice to the Kirks. You guys have to give justice to the Kirks because this is fucking insane. The FBI has very little. Law enforcement at this event was a joke. I watched the first FBI brief. Brian, they said there were 6 cops there for a crowd of 3,000. And then they said, well, Kirk has his own private security team. Well, that security team is looking for problems from the crowd of people rushing the stage, things like that. They're not up there looking for snipers and this type of thing. That's not their function. That's police officers' function. Mm-hmm. This was a failure at basically every level.
The FBI has nothing. There's no way he could have had that rifle and unthread it and rethread it and put it back. There's no way. I don't see a gun. It's nowhere. The FBI has nothing. And the only way we're going to find it is with the help of internet sleuths. That's what he was saying before he was being paid to have an opinion. Kind of amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm surprised.
When he said he was 75% sure, did he mean he was 75% sure Tyler Robinson did not do it?
I think that's what he meant.
That's what it was.
Because that's what it sounds like there.
Mm-hmm.
This is amazing. And who Zach Costello got this. Nice pull, Zach. Nice pull. Very nicely done. I don't know who this guy is. Maybe that's not him. That's a different guy. That's what he was saying before. Like, does he not know that he's on video saying this stuff? Of course he does, but he didn't want to tell TPUSA because then they wouldn't pay him. So that's why he didn't tell anybody. Here, I have one more clip of him. Let's watch what this is.
She has suggested Michael is not his real name.
Oh, and now here he is, completely ripping the Zach Neff, or Blake Neff.
Blake Neff.
Here he is, completely ripping this guy, like we all are now. But this is what he was saying again before the people from TP.
The sun and the air, all the shyness that is criminally vulgar. I am son and heir of nothing in particular. You should